So what's up, YouTubers? How are ya? Welcome along to the Chronicles of Mr. Fish with me, Mr. Fish. Now I want to touch on a few things today. It is the 1st of July. You can probably tell by the weather. It's a gorgeous sunny day here in the UK. It's not cold at all. The reason I've got my thermal lining in is just because I wanted to. It's not because I'm cold. No, it is. It's fucking cold. And it's raining, so height of summer here. Anyway, I want to touch on some subjects. The first of all is the date, 1st of July, which is today, Friday, which means number one is Canada Day. So all of you Canadians around the world, have a good day, enjoy yourselves, party, do whatever you need to do, but make sure you have fun and celebrate that. The other reason it's quite important today, the 1st of July, is it's the centenary of the Battle of the Somme. I shall touch on that later in the video. We'll get back to that at the end. I want to get through some updates first, and I also want to say, because I'm not going to post a video on the 4th of July, is to all you USA American people-age around the world, not that people-age is actually a word, but you know what I mean, all you Americans around the planet, have a happy 4th of July. That's in a few days time. It's a premature love, if you like, of your 4th of July. Again, party, do what you need to do, celebrate, enjoy your family, enjoy your life, and dance till you drop, I suppose. And that leads me straight on to my trip to the USA at the end of the month. I'm coming to California. Those of you that follow me on Instagram would have seen my no expense spared piece of paper with Sharpie picture explaining that I'm coming at the end of the month. If you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on YouTube, you probably know anyway. You're probably sick of me talking about it, but I'm just a little bit excited to go out there and ride in the sunshine. I don't know why, because it's beautiful here. So I thought I'd update you with some of the plans that I've got going on then, what the lowdown is. It's basically, I fly out on the 28th of July from Heathrow. I land at LAX. I believe we're landing around middle afternoon. We then pick up a car and drive that to Palm Springs, where I'm staying for 5 nights, I think it is. 5 nights, yep. So that night on the 28th I shall chill out, try not to get overly jet lagged and fucked up, because it's 8 hours difference. You're 8 hours behind us in California, so I'm going to have to try and stay awake. And then the next day on the 29th I'll pick up the bike. I've got a bike hired for a few days. I'm going to go and meet a fellow motovlogger that's flying in from somewhere else in the US. I'm going to meet them up and then go into the Mansion Hilltop to see them view ropes. Chair! I don't know what any of that means, but I've heard you guys like chairs and ropes. So we're going up there, probably grab something to munch, go for a ride, stick some stickers on the viewpoint. It seems to be the law, so I've got to do that. But I have to get back in the evening because it's my 21st wedding anniversary. The wife is so lovely. She says it's fine for me to go out riding, but I've got to appear at some point during that day if I want to reach my 22nd wedding anniversary. So I better keep my word on that and turn up, because having a kick-in is not the greatest holiday treat. Although some people might pay for that. And after the 29th comes the 30th. Who would have thought? And that's the day of the Motovlog Meetup, the Southern California Motovlog Meetup 2016. So I'm going to get myself down there for that. I'm trying to organise to meet up someone to ride with on the way. I know a few guys that are in between where I'm staying and where the meet is, so hopefully I can contact them in the next week or so and arrange to meet them up and ride up with them, so I'm not turning up like Billy No Mates, because that wouldn't be cool. And then in the evening we're back to Palm Springs. I can drop my bike off. My hotel's about, according to Google Maps, 15 minutes away from where the pool party and the hotel is. So I'll take a stroll down there and have a few beers, Jack Daniels, rums, whatever we're going to drink on the night, and have a little bit of a party. Sunday, I'm pretty sure we can write off at least the morning for hangover time, maybe the whole day, depends how bad or good Saturday night goes. So Sunday's a bit sketchy. Monday I've still got the bike, so I've got all day to ride around. So this is where I want you guys to help me out just a little bit. I want to find somewhere to ride to. I want nice roads. I want basically to go somewhere interesting, not necessarily overly tourist, maybe a hidden gem you've got around there, around Palm Springs. But I want to ride some nice roads. I want it to be quite memorable roads. I like twisty roads. I like to have a bit of fun on a bike. Maybe some bike hangouts on the Monday. I don't know, biker cafes, or I don't know if you've got any. You obviously got some, but I don't know of any sort of like hanging out on a Monday. If any of you guys want to come for a ride on that trip, just PM me or leave a message in the box below. Feel free. I'll see if we can organise something. We might not, who knows. As I said, that day I've got absolutely fuck all planned, and my level of organisation is showing to be quite minimal at the moment. But it would be nice to hook up with fellow motovloggers and go on that ride. But the ride has got to be interesting, and it's got to be to a place that's interesting, quite photogenic, so I can get some memories. Right, the day after that is the 2nd of August. I take the bike back, then we drive from Palm Springs straight after dropping the bike off to Las Vegas. So I've got 2 nights in Las Vegas, which I'm not sure how that's going to go because I don't like gambling, but I've heard you can jump off of tall buildings on pieces of string, so that might be interesting. And we're going to the Grand Canyon, I think. After that, quick visit to Death Valley to see if I can boil myself and explode. Then on to... where am I on to then? Then we drive to Yosemite National Park. We're just on the outside. We stay one night. Can't think of the name of the town. I shall put it on the screen now. Yep, that's where we're going. So after the night in Yosemite, we drive straight through the park, Yosemite Park. We've got all day to drive through there, onto San Francisco, where we spend a couple of nights. And we're going to look at a prison and a bridge there. I know, I don't understand either, but that's what we're doing. After that, we're down to somewhere around the Big Sur. I think it's a little bit further south than the Big Sur, in a hotel, so I can put my feet up, enjoy some more rum and cokes or some nice Californian wine. That would be cool. We're either there for 4 days or 2 days. It depends on my wife's cousin. She lives in a place called, I think that's called San Clarita. She's a musician, so if she's in town, we'll stay there for a couple of nights. If she's not, we'll stay back at the hotel for all 4 nights. Then back into LA, and we fly back here, where I'm going to need a fucking holiday, it seems. I'm tired just thinking about all that. Anyway, that's my plans for the USA. When I am at the meet, I'm bringing some stickers, my Mr. Fish stickers. So I'd like to swap with you guys, other motovloggers, because the Honda Grom, I'm going to sticker bomb the Grom with motovlogger decals and stickers. But the only ones going on the Grom are ones I've actually physically got off the actual motovlogger themselves. So I will be setting up a PO box in the next week or so I can accept all stickers and stuff, but only stickers that I get handed to me will go on the Grom. All the rest will go on some kind of wall of fame, door of fame, something of fame. Right, now back to the 1st of July. As I said at the beginning of the video, it is the centenary of the Battle of the Somme. If you don't know what the Battle of the Somme is, go and Google it, because you'll get a lot more information than I'm about to give you. I'm just going to touch on the subject. I'm not going to go in depth. I'm just going to skirt on the outskirts of it, so to speak. Basically, 100 years ago in 1916, the world was at war. It was us, the British and the French, against the Germans at the time. And the Somme is a town or village or area, whatever you like to categorise it as, in France, that the 2 nations or 3 nations were fighting over. And it started on the 1st of July 1916. and it was one of the battles within the war. It lasted until November the 18th, and in that time, in that short period of time, 1.2 million soldiers or people either lost their lives or were injured. In that short period, over 1 million people lost their lives or were injured. That's a massive scale. It is the biggest bloodshed humanity has ever seen. And basically, you can't win a war. Well, you can't win a war at people level. Politicians win wars. You and I, we don't win wars. On that level, war is never victorious for either side. Those 1.2 million were both sides. I believe it was about 790,000 British and French, and the rest made up by the Germans. I think it's our duty never to forget. Not because war's good, it's not, it's fucking horrific. But to educate our children and to educate our generation to a certain degree, that don't make the mistakes that previous generations have made. Move on, build the world for future generations so we never see anything like this again. I'll leave you with a few pictures. I don't know, some of you might find this disturbing or these disturbing, but it's basically just to say, don't forget, and I tip my hat off to all the soldiers that lost their lives, all the families it affected, everyone involved in the Somme. Thank you very much for our freedom. Thank you also for watching. Fish out.